And
I don't
boom.
I don't have Slack today. That's sad.
Wow, you are not going to be making horrible noises into the microphone?
Yeah.
No, that's something to be sad about. Okay, the stream should be live. I should be hearable on the stream.
Oh no, do you want me to check?
Yeah, I would like you to check, because if I check, there's echo, and that's horribly unprofessional. So I probably shouldn't do that. Also, there's a timer. I should start the timer and hope it works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, the timer should be functional now. And pretty much
we don't see it anymore. Oh yeah, we see it.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I moved it to the program instead
Yep.
of the layout on the left, because I don't really know where to put it on the left. I've not figured that out yet. It's brand new. Okay, it's shiny.
Cool.
It's
cool way. That's cool.
I really like
cool.
it. I think it's way better than the previous card that is kind of thrown together. Okay, so there's one more extremely insanely important thing I need to do before we start drawing again, and that is I need to drink some tea.
See, please. So, I don't mind. I have time.
I've just got to, I've got to hydrate myself to a certain extent. Especially if I'm gonna be talking for like 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Actually, too, yeah.
I don't know.
Wait,
I'm so
entropy. What is it?
Entropy is dead for some
reason.
Real? Yeah, it's so when you go to entropystream.live, you get a message saying this page isn't working. Entropystream.live redirected you too many times. So I guess no entropy today. It has perished from this mortal coil. It was nice knowing entropy. It was nice while it lasted. Onion building. I completely forgot that's how I.
Yeah. We ended the last one. I think I like it. I think you can just keep it like that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I just forgot about the layer being called onion building.
I mean, it is what it is, you know.
I mean, there's the egg also, of course.
No egg.
Okay.
Maybe you could like finish the bottom of the Indian one.
Before I forget, I have started the replay, the time lapse. This time we are starting the time lapse from the beginning. That's right. I am improving as a gamer and
we did it too last time. No,
we did the time lapse, yes, but I forgot to start it for like the first couple minutes.
That's fine. That's fine. There's not much changes.
Bro, listen. You don't get it. You don't get it.
What? Okay. Chill. Maybe do the bottom of the Indian one.
Okay, you know what? Because there's last time I started with some layer organization, so this I think also what I'm gonna start with today, because I'd like the statues, for example, completely, and the platform and stuff is like completely separate from the other buildings. So I would like to maybe bring those.
This is a good one, because we will do like the statue.
I'd just like to have the layers nearby, because I get lost very easily. Oh, hello, Hunter. Welcome to the stream. You would be. I'd be very glad if you rated the new bottom left drawing we've got going. I've replaced the temporary rectangle in the bottom left corner with an actual thing that I plan to add some actual overgrowth to, because overgrown. But currently it is just kind of steampunk, but it's really just a basement.
Yeah, that's a cool basement.
I agree.
With barrel and stuff.
Yeah, it's like you got a barrel. 5 out of 7. God damn, that's pretty high. Above average, I think. Average for out of 7 scale would be 3.5 if my math is not too bad. Which
I think it's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, so how's this? This is the foreground on the right side. This is the right side.
You do yourself. I'll do it later. I mean,
you can think about what we are going to do.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because we said we want like a big church, but I think this is like more of a top one. So it's like I think we're gonna have at the end. You know.
Which top one? My meme lore. Hold on. I am being called out. My meme lore sucks. I bet you 5 out of 7 is a reference to something. And I am
I
going
don't
to
have
look
any
it up and
reference like
educate
that.
myself.
Let me think.
I have
I
heard
don't
it
know.
before. I just never have realized what is.
Purity is kind
Okay. The Urban Dictionary, the thing on the search results says term used to describe an underage guy or girl that you would otherwise hook up with if not for the damn
What?
legal system. I don't think that's the correct definition. Hold on. The odd rating 5.7 represents a perfect score. On December 2015, a Facebook screenshot showing a discussion between the proud Trump supporter Brandon Sullivan, who rates the film Fight Club with a 5 out of 7, and a guy called Robert Graves got popular on Imgur. Brandon claims later that Fight Club deserved a perfect score, and so 5 out of 7 is now frequently used if someone wants to give something an 11 out of 10 rating. Alright? Alright.
that's crazy long for a start.
Okay, I have educated myself on this piece of
thank you.
internet
Me too.
law.
Didn't know that.
Thank you even more than I thanked you before. Bars? Question mark.
I'm searching for buildings and stuff, but it's complicated because they basically show me some crazy dumb stuff, like some buildings that look just dumb. It's just like typical,
Oh, it's on the wall. It's on the working layer parentheses awesome.
Oh, do you want to do a?
What do you want to do?
Wait. I think it's Athena. Athena Temple. Yeah. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it is this one.
Okay, mid background.
Something around. Something. Yeah, I don't know. You'll need to style this to look like a living building, but this could look cool. There's all the
spotted
stuff.
An empty layer. Yeah, that was
greatest news of the night.
Okay. Are you sending me stuff? Because I am.
Yeah, only one picture.
That's like from ancient Rome, I believe.
Yeah, no, Greece.
Greece, damn it.
Yeah.
I was very close. Those two things are not too far away from each other.
That's
relatively.
Athena Temple in Greece.
Okay. Where the hell would you fit that in here? Is the question.
I mean, this is like not to fit directly in. It's like to style into a living building. Okay. I don't know if you can imagine, but like you could have. This is hard because this is looking old stuff around it.
I mean, there could be some, like the whole thing is gonna be overgrown, and you'd probably have modern buildings stylized to look like that.
Wait, I'm gonna type just Greek temple,
and I'm going to compliment myself because last time I actually saved the references to a folder, so I can actually go back and look at them.
Yeah, you
Thank
did.
you, me from a week ago. Very glad. And so I can return to the Indian building to give it a bit of a bottom. While
there was no bottom. We thought of a arch maybe last time, but we ended on that, so it didn't did it. I think we argued about some pillar too, but we didn't. I don't know. I'm searching, but like over Greek temple, there's not much of a. There's nothing looking like a building. This is just, nothing to use.
Sorry for the Microsoft Windows sounds jump scare over there. And this damn thing is still not working. Let's see. Can I now? Yes. Okay.
When you type Greek temple, the second choice of like what kind of image do you want is Minecraft.
I mean, of course. Also,
like
you are already being called out on your pronunciation of
yeah, I don't care.
Athena, I think.
Athena. Yeah, I don't
Athenian,
know.
I think. I
Because
don't know.
it's
I can't remember what you said, so I don't know.
yeah,
But
it's because it's yeah. In French, it's spelled the same way, and it's still
that's rude
differently.
of them. They just stole the spelling like that.
Yeah, but if you think of the like the Greek manner to say that is the th is pronounced t, not so.
So it
Like
would be
it's
Athena
weird.
in the Greek.
It's
Well,
just
my
because it's
counterpoint, yeah.
yeah, it's kind of old stuff. But what did he say? Not a pedo? What the fuck?
That's for
Urban
the
Dictionary.
definition. That's for the definition I read off
Oh yeah.
of search result.
I got confused with not a pedo.
Yeah, that was a bit random without the context, I have to admit. So you're saying that if we were to pronounce it like the Greeks do, would be like
I think it's
Athena,
Athena.
Athena, Athena.
I'll say Athena. But
But there's a counterpoint to that, and that is why would we listen to the Greeks on that? I don't get it. Who cares?
I mean, because like it.
Like what? It literally
I don't
fell
know. I don't
apart.
know.
Like, look, it's a disaster. Okay,
It's not
Greece
really
is
a
going under.
disaster if you think about it.
Well, Greece.
I mean, I'll say this: they will like prove a lot of things. This is a really good civilization. They've come to an end because
Yeah, they've come to
multiple.
exactly. They took the L.
There's
Greece is no more. Crab brave.
I don't know exactly like the end of the empire, but I'm from the thing I remember
It was a
is
while ago.
yeah, my memories like kind of lacking about this. No, so I think it's like the people from east that went down on it, and over the Arabic people from south and east separated like two part of a region, and then just fell. like,
Well, Greece takes an
so
L.
So yeah, it was kind of same for Rom.
Well,
Kind of happened the
unfortunately,
same, you know.
it just kind of happens, you know. Like some days, you just
Yeah,
kind of your
you get.
civilization kind of just falls apart.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
I think we're close about all civilization. It's really close to this point.
I mean, is it all civilization or is it our civilization?
It's a global one now, so I think like if
Well, is it?
one is in one is
Because
in. I mean, for the most part, yeah. If
the
you try to
West,
look like if you try to look like over Africa and stuff, this is harder because they didn't like
they don't
get
have the
the
technology to be connected to
it's
the global
it is not really the
network.
technology. I think they like they lost how can I say this, fuck,
What did
we
they
really
lose
changed the way we live uh in the like first part
in the West
of
in
the
the
20th
first world?
century,
Oh, in
yeah,
the
in Europe and in America in the like early 20th century, because um there was a lot of like medicine changes, first vaccine, the high rate of survive chance when you be
a
born,
higher
be
rate of
born.
survival
Yeah.
when
Like there was more people because like I studied this on my medicine classes. Uh,
that's interesting.
at like uh 1800. I don't know what you say that in English. I'm really confused.
1800.
Yeah, 1800. Yeah. The odds
Yeah,
to survive when you're born is like you are two chance out of three to be dead before your first year.
really? Is it that
If you
high?
succeed
Was
to
it that
go to
high?
your first year, you have two chance out of three to die before 18.
Hmm.
And if you succeed to go to 18, you have one chance out of 3 to die before 60.
Sounds like a lot of chances to die.
Yeah, before 1800. So after that, and the vaccine and kind of a lot of diseases that were cured more easily, there were like a lot of people that survived. This is from the first vaccine is from England, so it spread it like really faster in Europe and quicker in America because of like the Irish movement and stuff. There was a lot.
The goddamn Irish.
And no, I mean this is not the only reason. This is not the only reason. There's a lot of it, but
what did
basically,
the Irish do? I'm interested. You got me hooked.
There's a lot of connection between the people that went to America and the Irish, like how would I say, like not civilization, but people.
Yeah,
like
I would also never call the Irish a civilization.
Yeah, no, I mean you know what I mean. Like there's a connection between those two people, so it's like the more easy way. English people would have not
to America is the point.
Yeah, but that was before. Still a little bit. I mean, I'm not really sure about that part. But I know that it really spread really faster in Europe and America, not Asia, because Asia doesn't use the same kind of medicine.
But what do they use? Have you learned about that?
Yeah, this kind of. I mean, I don't know about you in Poland, but I think in Europe in general, we see the disease as like a really biological state of disorder instantly. You know, when you're sick at the moment, and you don't really blame the time before it. You know, you don't really search to be in good health before getting sick.
Many people don't.
You see what I mean? Like you really get concerned when you're sick, not before. If you take the
less
Chinese,
more like fixing.
Yeah, if you take the Chinese point of view, they kind of never ill sickness and stuff. Like they just prevent all over the time.
That sounds like a very reasonable approach.
Yeah, because there's like oh fuck. That's not a word, nothing like that. It's state of balance between, like in Asia, in global Asia. This is an antique kind of medicine, a Chinese one.
Ancient.
But yeah, ancient. Yeah. This is like a state of balance between. Wait, let me remember the 3 points. I think it is family state, social state, friend, and work. And on state, like, do you feel good? Do you eat well? Do you sleep well? This is like only one dimension of how do you feel in real time every day.
So like how you are feeling is one thing, but then there's also how are people around you feeling? Like
how they like not connect to you, but like influence you? Is it good? Is it bad? This is like a whole stuff around being sick. This is not just is sick. Let's just kill him. You know,
it makes a lot of sense.
In some kind of way. Yeah, this is like this is still still used in China. This is the most kind of technique used in China. They're not really used like pharmaceutical.
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I mean, they need it. If you think of antibiotics, I think it is too in English.
Yeah.
This is like you don't have choice. When you need to take those, you need to take those. You can't heal what you have if it's like really like microbes. I think it is. I don't know, like virus. You know, you can't kill them with just plants and having good friends. You know, so they need to. They need the European kind of medicine.
You can't fix them with the power of friendship.
Use the power of friendship. No, I mean, yeah, but this is like really complementary stuff. If you ask doctors about that, this is there's more and more happening in Europe about this kind of ancient Chinese way to heal, to like see the sickness and stuff. because it's really complementary.
I think because there's some like kind of crazy stuff like crystal healing and such, but I've definitely seen, I think even in my city there's some courses you can take in uni on like a holistic approach to health, I think it's called. So that sounds like kind of the same
this
thing.
Is if you because they teach us things like that too, is if you think
Did
about,
you get taught crystal healing?
no, if you, I don't know if it's the word in English, but I'll use it because maybe you don't know it in English either. So basically there's like two types of medicine. If you think of it, there's like the rational thing, like taking facts. Yeah, rational.
Oh, rational. Okay.
Taking facts, is it making him better? Not good, bad. This is just like simple facts. You do some tests. If it's better, it's better. If it's not, it's not. And it's like not judging a lot into the randomization of what you say. You see what I mean? And if you take the more,
hold on, I didn't get that.
This is like a really science way to approach medicine.
So like you do all the tests, you crunch the numbers, and you're trying to like
resolve all the rational medicine are taking like some way to prove that what they do is useful. They can prove that this medicine is actually making him better in some way, progressively maybe, but still making him better. And if you take another point of view of the medicine and talk about like a more popular vision, this is thing you could imagine having on the street in every town in Africa, because they like did it this way for thousand and thousand years. This is called a profane. This is a Bible word. Yeah, this is a Bible word. This is against God, basically. But this is a weird way, because today it's not really like that. It's used. Profane is basically the antagonist of something. Take it like this, because
that profane is the word, because profane is kind of like profane would be violating something sacred.
But this is like the word they use, but this is not the definition that it means, because the definition is basically fuck you. The definition, if you think about medicine and profane, fuck you, Anto. It's the way. Imagine someone do it like, fuck. You see horoscope? Do you see what's
horoscopes? Yep. You get the family magazine, and it says that because you were born this month, you get.
The thing that is famous about profane kind of medicine is that you will more remember the time they were good, and you'll never remember the time they were wrong. All right. If you think about horoscope, and one day in a month they got right, you're gonna say to everyone they got right this day, but you're never gonna say they were wrong. So you just remember the time they're good. That's the kind of profane, because there's nothing to prove. It's kind of like the magical way of medicine.
I mean,
in my classes,
medicine is it still? Because I'd imagine there's also like.
I mean, it is because people believe in it. If you believe in it, there's a chances that it will actually heal you.
Placebo, essentially.
Yeah, there's placebo in like they also called religious, magically religious kind of medicine, because it is really what it is. If you really believe in it, it is possible. You could, maybe your brain will do it, but it is possible.
Interesting that human beings work like that.
You can't imagine how much of your brain can heal you in a powerful way. That's really insane. There's some studies being made.
Surely you would then not like discount it. You would like take it into account. And use it for.
Not really in like the molecule way. I'm not thinking like about the fact that if you really convince those like secret, I don't know, like make the molecule. More about if you're convinced, if you're confident, if you really believe in it, if you like, difference between a sad, like really depressed patient and a happy one is the chances between them is like crazy. If you're depressed and sick, you'll die at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a week, but you will die. If you like really believe in it, if you want to get better, if your brain is in it, it's difference is insane, really.
Which is kind of a very roundabout way of saying your brain has a large influence over your body.
I mean, yeah, of course, because you control everything, but still, this is kind of
but it's so
weird.
Interesting because that's certainly like the subconscious. You don't consciously choose. Oh yeah, I want to be healthy. It's like
you don't do too much thing consciously. That's the funny part. You do many things unconsciously. Maybe surely way more than.
I am talking subconsciously half the time when I'm drawing.
Yeah. I'm not on the stream. I'm dumb. Okay.
I've been adding these columns here, and now I'm planning.
Yeah, I saw that. But I was on YouTube.
This man enjoys having 12 years of delay.
I think I don't have much because I didn't alt tab too much. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I have plenty actually on my preview. I am going to make that go to live, please. Yeah, right. So I was thinking maybe like a large. That's too large.
It all started with Athena.
Yeah, Athenian style columns, and I was like, I could fit this somewhere in here, and then I started fitting it in there and listening to you talk, and this kind of.
Yeah, just to say there was
wobbly columns, and now I'm trying to make a less wobbly like building on top.
I forgot the word. Yeah, but the first stage is like really separate. They say like that's right. You can't say that like a global civilization because like there's many countries that not really fitting in it.
Yeah, because especially like you would have a couple of civilizations. You would probably have like the Europe. You probably would have America, and those two are in many ways connected, but still pretty distinct. You would probably have pretty distinct. You would then have like Eastern Europe, Russia. All of that would be probably still distinct from the rest of Europe. You would also have Asia.
I think really still, if you think about it, if like tomorrow's like, I don't know, maybe like a virus like COVID that's actually killing some people, not like the COVID, and like it really threats just Europe, just Africa, just thing. You could imagine having some scenario to like what country gonna get affected if like tomorrow the entire Europe's gonna get like locked. Maybe not destroyed, maybe not, just locked. No exchange.
Like, as if there was like a deadline. Like you mean the like economic impact of certain things?
Not just the economic, because the economic part is gonna get like this will be just the beginning, because today we can talk about the economics that the COVID-19 did.
That's very fun.
Because there is an after it. If there is no after it, if like this was actually crashed and dead and stuff,
well, that would be fun.
Yeah, that we will not talk about the economics. We will talk about the consequence.
Well, don't know how much talking we would be doing if that happened.
I mean, you could still talk. This is
talk to your people. Yeah, but like, sounds like that's something that could.
No. This will not. This will. Yeah, the internet. Yeah, but not your life.
Yeah. No. I just mean like that because we are talking online, right?
Yeah, I mean, like us. Yeah. Yes, surely yes, but you know what I mean. And I really thought about this. This is like a weird subject because look at how the urgent state and panic the COVID-19 did to us. This is crazy.
This is great.
Because if you think about it, it was killing 0.0009 people that were infected.
Yes, it was
killing this people.
Yep.
All over the world, not particular state and stuff. So imagine look the state of like panic and stuff. Imagine just another disease, but killing 5%. Oh, we're killing
Well,
10,
that's gonna be
25.
fun,
How much? We don't know.
I mean, surely at that point you are going to have a different.
We did
that might
it.
be even
We did it.
worse.
The world was locked in a
That
lot
might
of
be
way
worse
possible.
because right now you have the fear being mostly driven by what people see in the media, right? What like goes around. But if you have something that kills like 25% of the people it infects, then you've got panic because everybody's fucking dying.
Yeah, that's not the only reason, because like the as the I don't know, I don't remember the name. Like in fuck, around the 5th, 6th, and 7th century, there was like a big plague. I think it's plague the
The
word.
Black Plague?
Yeah, Black Plague that killed a lot of people. Like
Yes.
two tier of Europe. And there was not like panic because of people dying. There was panic because people died in the street, and no one can handle that. They just
There's
stay
just
there.
too many bodies.
Yeah, they just stay there because who the fuck gonna touch this body to actually do something? You know, no one. So
Yeah, that's
stay there.
It's probably not. I mean, it's actually. I don't know what even is worse in that case when you have diseased bodies on the street. Like, surely it's better to clean them up.
We panicked over something that was killing old people,
and we
people
have
that were like breathing
such
problem.
better technology.
Yeah,
like ridiculously better.
I was like really having fun about it because what else? We're not about to cry over something that we can't control. But this is crazy. If you really think about it, this is crazy.
It is
How
crazy.
something that
I
killed
fully
only
agree.
this percentage of people that it affects did that much damage over a society is crazy.
Yep. Economics is just the study of human activity.
And
yeah, of course, economics don't disappear when business.
It will do one day. I'm pretty sure it will do one day. I'm pretty sure economics say, you know.
Like as long as people exist, there will be exchange of goods and services.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about economics that work the way it works today.
Well, yeah,
because this is really based on like, is this really escalating quick? You know, this is not
changes are coming that you could like. So, for example, if you have a switch to what is it called, a digital currency, right? That's certainly gonna change the way that things happen. Huh?
It's just like today the internet is running over some like fuel that is not good for the planet. We agree, and those are like digital, you know. They if the value is digital,
yeah,
there is a chance that one day, even if the value is 1,000 million, you can't do anything with it because you can't just
there's
get
no
it.
power.
Yeah, you can just get it out. There's no worth of it because there's no real point. You know, there's real matter.
Yeah,
and that's a big risk. Today is like, I agree. Today is a real good thing that those kind of exchange way exists, because really banks are not the better option. They're not.
What happens if somebody thinks that it maybe is a good idea? Like I don't see how we are not getting digital currency, and the problem is that I don't see
why?
I don't see how we are not
going to have
moves towards making it illegal to use like physical currency.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that it is not more current today. Like this is how can I say? This is normalized for young people. Like, I'm not really using any crypto. I'm not really into it. But like,
yeah, me neither.
If tomorrow you say to me, okay, So now you're forced to use crypto. You have to buy something, and just saying, I will be like, okay, it's fine. It's just like maybe it will took me some like 2 or 3 days to get used to it, but that's it. But the real problem, I think, is today the biggest bank that you can think of. I don't know which one. It doesn't matter. They really have the hand of how their money is working. If they want to add more value, they can. If you want, the change thing, they can.
Every single time I think about how, I think it's called fractional reserve banking. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not familiar with anything in English that are cutting to economics.
Okay,
I hate people talking about that.
It's basically that banks can produce money out of thin air. Like
yeah,
they lend money they don't have. It's ridiculous.
That's the way country can actually live. They ask an enormous bank to create 8 billion to constrict I don't know, anything, by bridge, whatever you want, and the money is not real.
Yeah,
it's just like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's why wait,
fractional reserve banking.
Answer is talking. Poor Answer.
I might be using the wrong terms. I don't know, because isn't fractional reserve is when the bank doesn't actually have to have all the money it lends out? I thought that's what that is. So like the bank doesn't. So let's say you put $100 in the bank. That's your money, right? So the bank doesn't actually have the $100. Yeah, fractional reserve banking means banks only have to keep X% of dollars on hand. So yeah, if I put $100 in the bank, right, the bank doesn't have any money because it's my money they are keeping for me, but they can use my money to lend to someone else, and that way you've got my $100 being put into the bank, and then somebody else is being lent like a percentage of that, so like 95%, so $95. And now I can use my $100 and the other guy can use the dollars he's been given, as long as we don't all do it at the same time, because then it gets destroyed, as far as I understand. I do not have the best understanding of it, I don't think, but that's kind of how I understand that works. And that's why the recent stuff with the banks, like a bank or two collapsed in America. If banks were required to keep Y%, like 50% even, bank runs would be a lot more rare. Because a bank run is when everybody wants to withdraw the money. So everybody goes to the bank and says, oh, I'd like my money out. And then it turns out, well, the bank doesn't actually have your money because it was given to someone else as a loan. And then you have a massive problem the more people do it. Right? That's the idea. As I understand it, anyway.
I'm really not into bank economic and stuff. I really don't care about that. It's just there's some facts that are making like just too funny. Like the craziest one that I like, I'm not really sure, but I pretty think it's correct. You see, like the country are in depth with like many billions.
Yep.
Normally the amount is crazy.
Yep.
And like
our national debt is insane in Poland. I'd imagine that pretty much every country in the West is.
Oh yeah, France is big too. I think I don't remember. It's like 750. Yes, 700. Wait, no. 785 billion, I think it is. Around that number. This is really big. And one day I just saw, I don't remember when, but like someone asking, but who the country is owing this money?
Who are we in debt to?
Yeah, because like if you think about it, it's crazy.
And that's to whoever's printing the money, right?
Yeah, who the fuck have this much money missing in his bank account to like still live his life normally, and be like, yeah, chill, take your time, you know.
Well,
and like basically the reason that country have this much
debt,
and this is not a real problem is because they are like the
I
example
don't know
of
if
our
this is
friends
not
is
a real problem. I feel like this is a massive problem.
no, I mean like the explanation is kind
Yeah.
of simple. I have an example in my head in France. I don't know, like this year they said they're gonna add 8 billion to like the hospital budget.
Yep.
Budget.
Healthcare budget.
Yeah, and and like so they took that from a bank. They didn't had this much money.
Yeah,
So they
they
basically
loaned it.
called the bank and yes. So if they explain it because this will like help through years and stuff. And one journalist, I don't remember which one on HTV, it just doesn't matter. They explained that the calculs were
Calculation.
made calculation were made over the fact that in like 2 or 3 generation, if you increase the revenue per person, the age that you start working, stop working, and stuff. All of our this calculation were made to accept from the bank to give this much money. So basically, those 8 billion are not mine or yours or anyone that's living right now.
They are
This
being
is
loaned from the
8
future.
billion taken out from the children of your children.
Awesome. I love this system.
So basically, this debt is going to keep for a while because they're not taking it over us. This is took from
the
children of
future.
children.
Yeah, it's a very clever system where you just
Yeah.
borrow.
So basically, they'll
because you
still
just borrow from the future forever.
if
But
if they stop changing everything for now for 3 generation, now maybe they will like have the debts fill up, but just impossible. So
that's so cool. I love it.
this will like just keep running all over. Yeah. That's funny.
I kind of feel like it's not going to be running forever.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's like sounds like a hot potato kind of situation where like whoever gets caught last with the debt gets absolutely destroyed.
It will stay as a hot potato problem because the people, what incentive does they gotta have to pay back that debt? What incentive?
I don't
incentive.
What is the incentive exactly? Like whoever does it is instantly unpopular because like whoever decides, okay, we are gonna pay back this debt, well, prepare for budget cuts, for example.
They will never do that. But the other thing that's just amused me. This is fun. If you listen to people that talking about ecology and there's a big problem, the planet is wrong, please stop polluting, please stop oil stuff. They never like point at the good problem to me because the problem is simple.
What's the simple problem? Explain to me the simple problem.
Between 1800 and today,
yeah,
the population went from 1.5 billion to 8 billion. And if you try to like compare, it went from 1800, so 1.5 billion, to 1900 to 2.5 billion. 1900 to 1950.
Is the solution to just kill 7 billion people?
No, not to kill. Wait, just a sec. And okay. So basically 1 billion people in 100 years between those two decades. No, and century, and then 50 years to have another billion. So that's just 3.5 billion. Now we're in 8 billion.
Yeah,
so
growth,
the amount of time to get a billion more people is getting lower. I think it's like
Exponential
like
growth, right?
Yeah, I think it's the last one was like 18 years, 20 years, maybe less, to get 1 billion more people in this earth. And if you think about it, this is just too much of thing to produce.
Is it?
The calculation is simple. There is a date. Yeah,
Is it?
there is a date that it's called. I don't know what it's called, but basically, it's on the 1st of January. They kind of trying to figure out how much the planet can grow, can make over an entire year, and they fix those number. And there is a day called, I don't know what, but fuck, we don't care. And it just, that was wrong. Wait. Thanos. So it's basically the day that we went above the amount of thing that yours can produce. Not even naturally, just can produce over a year. And in the
Are we
19th.
supposed to be anywhere close to that?
What? Wait. So in the early 20th centuries, they were calculating maybe like this amount gonna take a year, and they went in the middle of December. So like there was around 15 days of overgrowing, overproducing. There was like damaging the earth, doing some damage. And if you look this year or last year, this happened like 4 months into the year, like around April, the day that
around April, what happens around? What's the idea? Is the idea that we go
we consumed
like what, more than we can produce
in 1 year, in 4 months?
That doesn't follow to me at all.
So wait, this is hard to explain because I don't have my word. My brain is spinning.
Because that would require us to have 8 months of supplies.
But basically, we're gonna take like, I don't know, what food do you like? Any food? Bananas? You like bananas?
Let's take bananas. Everybody loves bananas.
On the 1st of January, there's some pretty intelligent people that's calculating how much bananas the earth can produce in the entire year. All right.
Okay.
In the entire year, the earth can produce 1,000 bananas.
Okay.
All right, but that's the fact.
I get it. Continue.
In the early 20th centuries,
20th century.
20th centuries, yeah. We produce 1,000 banana in like the middle of December. So it's pretty long, like pretty advanced in the year. That's not that much of overgrowing, over killing, of the earth. You produce what? 20 more?
It took us, so like the idea is that we produced the 1,000 bananas over the course of a year. Is that the idea? And now we are
this is like the calculation I made over what can we do on an entire year. And then we see how much time we really take to consume and produce those things. And the more we get into use, the earlier this date is. So if you take the example of the early 20th centuries, it was like really late in the years. It was like really few days before the actual new year. But next year, it was like middle of April. So basically, we consume and used the entire year of the Earth in 4 months.
Yeah, but I assume that means we've increased the production, because it's not like
but this is like the amount of bananas you can produce without actually getting like damage into anything. You can produce 2,000 because calculation over like CO2 production, habitat damage, fertilization of the ground and stuff. So if you, for example, if you can produce 2,000 banana, but just 3 years. And after those 3 years, this ground will not be able to produce any banana more, right? But if you do only 1,000, this will last for a couple decades. Those calculations are made to how much can we produce without damaging too much, and the date is going early. Just getting earlier every year.
Well,
and
what if I disagree with those very smart guys who do that?
I mean, that's fine. There's just a number. Just, you can check those. This is. I'm sure this is not like really precise of everything, every aspect of what human produce and stuff. But this is really like this is a good image of how we change the way we use Earth to produce what we need.
I mean, we certainly do use it, but I don't necessarily see like what we would do with this. I really don't like the idea that somebody has decided that, okay, yeah, so I've done math and the entire way you live your life is wrong, therefore.
This is not the entire way, this is just the amount of thing we need to produce to keep everyone alive in a good condition.
Well,
because
I think we don't. I think we are quite far. Like, look at supermarkets, for example, and restaurants. Like, the amount of food we actually make just to throw away later is ridiculous. We are.
I'm not saying that this is the good way to. This is the proper way to do that. I'm just.
I mean, I also
that
think
this
that's
is
a
the
pretty
way
bad way to do it. But the thing is,
I'm just saying this is the way we do that. No.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like we are far away from there being not like us not being able to produce food for the people that we have on the planet. And I'm not convinced also that the exponential growth of the human population is going to just continue forever as a trend.
I mean, someday they were gonna have a mass extent, as there always have been, surely.
Yeah, so like I don't like the idea that we would have some kind of someone, you know, just, oh yeah, we are going to make this decision because we've determined that, sorry, there's too much of you, so now we get to do whatever the hell we want.
I mean, this is not whatever the hell we want. This is the opposite. I mean,
well,
in my thought,
from whose point of view? Because from the point of view of the people who have supposedly done the math, like they
oh, you're talking about the food
smart,
part.
right?
No, this is an example. This is just a date. This is nothing real. If you really think about it, this is nothing real.
Well, yeah, I'm just assuming the thought is being
but
used
like
by people. Yeah.
This is just an example of doing simple math. You can see how much we overusing the thing we have. This is not really like a scientific proper way to analyze that, but just to get the image of it.
Yeah, but
if we continue to have more and more and more people on the earth,
it's simple. Like, life on Earth is anything but simple, especially if you take into account like the entire human population on the entire globe doing different things and constantly changing what they do.
So but that's the matter. If they keep having more and more people around there, it's just gonna be a problem at some point, even if you don't want it. There's gonna be like a crash point.
Well,
we can't really know what exactly and when and where, but there's gonna be a crash point.
There could be, or there could not be. I don't.
How they could not be? How it could not be?
Well, we could, for example, invent technology that is going to solve the problems.
No, I'm not saying it is in our lifetime. And so this is not the problem I'm facing. I know this is not of our lifetime. You will die before the Earth get problem over. I mean, not if you're Indian. Sure.
If you're Indian, really? Do Indians just live that long?
What are replacement fertility rates?
Yep, it's probably this? Replacement fertility fertility rates basically means, does your country produce more children than old people die?
Yeah, but that's not the problem, because if you take the entire Europe population, surely there's like more old people than young. But if you take only the Indian kid and the Chinese kid in some African country, they will like just balance the thing over, and this is that. So yeah, if you take the example of thing of mine, Germany have more and really more old people than young people.
Well, that's the same
even if it's getting
basically
better.
all of Europe, and
Yeah,
like
but
Japan,
some country are getting better. In my yeah.
Well,
But still, if you make the overall rates overs, this is still bad, because there's not much math to do. There's 1 billion more in 19 years. So, you know,
well, that's
like
assuming
we
we
lost a lot of
that's assuming the trend continues.
Yeah, but we lost a lot of people. So there's more than 1 billion baby born in 18 years. This is a lot more, you know. So it's more people is more chance to advance society. No, more people is more chance to have one genius. That's real, but one genius cannot save the entire humanity. And to advance your society is not to make it better. I don't see the way advance our society is a way to save it. No, but I don't see the way we can advance our society and make it actually better, because our society works. It works against
what?
The earth, against the place we live. If you think about it, that's really simple. Yeah, it does.
I think
the entire thing that is getting
because okay, look, if you are a civilization, right, and you are doing stuff, you are like expanding, surely very soon you are going to run into a problem where you have to solve issues, or otherwise you are just going to perish, right?
We did that. It's not enough.
How do you know it's not enough?
Because I don't know. This really seems obvious to me. I don't know. I don't see any way of this the civilization, the society that we have, getting better and solving all the problems. I don't see a way.
Why not?
I don't see any way.
I see more and more initiatives towards that.
Not enough, according to you. I'm not talking about science facts. I'm just talking about the way I see it. So, aren't you not going to get some big analyze and stuff? You could go away if you want. But
yeah, I mean, I am not convinced. I'm not convinced we cannot invent stuff that's going to make this stuff better. So, like, for example, let's say nuclear fusion happens, right? We actually build a functional nuclear fusion reactor, and suddenly we have very, very clean power according to like every known metric for cleanness, right? We make it out of water essentially. There's no burning of fuels,
hydrogen.
Right? Like, surely that's going to have an impact by whatever metric you would be using to determine.
Yeah, but it will be temporary.
How would it be temporary in that case?
If you have, imagine if you have this much power and you can create this much energy pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. The population's going to get bigger. And one day you will have the same problem.
Is the population going to get bigger?
Why would it stop?
Well, as Hunter says, fertility rates are correlated, inversely correlated to the advancement of society. So the more quote-unquote progress we make in society, the less children are
really far to have the entire world in good state. Really far away.
Well, the entire world, maybe, but like what?
And even if you have this much power and this much energy, this doesn't mean that you can use the earth as your will and get away with it.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm still
ecological issues, or
okay, those exist surely, but
they exist.
I don't understand, like, why wouldn't we be able to solve those?
I'm not saying it's dead. I'm saying that just today no one is getting against them. So surely at some point it will be a dead end.
Surely there's surely not that no one is going against the trend, or like trying to make the
but
planet
not
better
the
or
important
whatever.
person.
What's the
I mean,
important
yeah,
person?
if you
What would
clean
you
your,
what would you see, like what would you see would that would have to change for that to be in a good state, let's say? Like
so
what would have to happen,
there
or
there
what would
is
have to
different
change?
there is different points.
Uh,
I don't know how much I pollute. I don't know how much CO2 I produce every
you
year.
certainly do not produce a lot. You
No, not that
you
much. I'm
are
not really
nowhere
into.
near like industry. You are nowhere
I
near
don't have I don't
India,
have I don't
China,
have
stuff like that.
cars. I don't have stuff. I don't really produce that much. And if you take even 1,000 people like me, we don't produce that much.
Yep.
If you look around, all right,
Yes.
and the people that produce too much will never lose that because they produce so they get money. This is simple. They will never leave that because the more they produce, the more money they have. And they will never look back, never look forward, or anything. They just like get
Well, I
money.
think they will look forward, because
No.
if you die, you stop making profit.
Yeah, but your son do.
What?
If you die
Well,
and
no, surely if
someone
we are
else
talking about
make money,
if we are talking about what's it called? If we are talking about like environmental conditions, this is a scenario
yeah.
where if you don't fix certain
No, the
problems,
richest.
your
No,
child
the
will not.
richest. No, the richest people can still live.
How?
We
Do you
send
think
people to the moon.
we just send them to?
You can live in the middle of a volcano if you want. If you have enough money today. What do you want? You want to live in an
Well,
iceberg? Do you want
okay,
to live
but
in
how do?
2,000 feet deep
But
in the
no, no,
earth?
no. The reason
You
why we
can.
can live in a volcano with enough money is
It's
because you
just
have
it's just a cost. Sorry.
you have a lot. No, it's not just the cost, because the things need to come from somewhere into your super cool volcano base, right? You don't materialize shit out of midair. Like the food comes from somewhere, and you probably order it from someone who
I mean
produces it
that.
outside.
Yeah, but that is just the price today. Today is
Well,
just the
to
price because we're not
okay,
in a state
today
of
it
that
is,
much
but
crisis.
if
And
it if
the
shit
other
falls
point,
apart, or if the
the
environment goes bad, like you are not getting away from it by hiding under a mountain, because
no, I'm not
the
saying
entire
that. I'm not
process has
saying that.
collapsed.
Jordan, I'm not saying that. It's just an example of how much rich people can do today. And I'm not against it. It's just how it works. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
I
like
can from my point of view, I can clean all over thing that I want, street, forest, anything. It will not help that much. You know, because
yeah,
the
but
real problem is still there, and I can't do anything about it.
yeah, but that doesn't mean, I don't think that means rich people just, they are
No,
going
it's not.
to
It's not really.
collapse the
It's not
entirety
only
of
rich people.
civilization.
It's people that can decide that kind of stuff. They will never do it because they don't have any profit in this.
Well, why never is the question. And maybe not under the current system.
This is simple. There's just you have a choice between stop your profit and save other people, and keep your profit and save yourself. And the
Well,
human being gonna say, save myself.
well, sure, but is the only way to do it? Like, what if the incentive structure changes in such a way that saving yourself requires you to do something else than you would than making the most money, for example?
No, they have the power to decide.
But
Remember,
what if they don't have the power
why they
anymore?
don't have what? They
Well,
have the money. They
for
have
the
the power.
sake of an
Today, the money is the
example,
power.
like at the end of the day, right, power comes down to whoever is willing to shoot who. And so imagine a revolution goes through, right? And it just sweeps the country, like any given country. You end up with a
As the
different
society
structure, right?
advances.
You end up with a
Are you
different
joking,
government.
Answer? People naturally care more about the environment as the society advances.
Well,
Are you
clearly.
talking about? Yeah, but which people are you talking about? People that are powerful and behind the society, or people that are living on the society and little like ants in the big structure? Or are you talking about the king and queen? Because this is really not the same. If you're
Well,
talking about me and
actually, I
you,
think it
yes, we
is. I
care.
think it is. At the end of the day, those
It has
important.
never been.
There's an
It has
important
really never
correlation here,
been.
I think, because there's a difference. Because so if you rule over people, right, and the people really care about something, but you do not, there's only so
And
far
what?
you can push it
And
before
what?
there's
And
problems.
what you can do today, if you really want something to change, if you really want powerful people to change what they do, what can you do? You're gonna stop working, and so what? Other people will do it.
Well, but that's the first step, right? The first step is you stop working and you start setting up
I'm
an
really
alternative structure.
surprised. Oh,
Yeah.
in China, and yeah, because man, you're American. This is weird to say that. Like,
What?
yeah, for sure. From your perspective, it will care more than any other country, but you don't really know. You've never been there. You never heard some, you know. Yeah, yeah. The more rich you are more inclined to care about ecology. This is like crazy that you can say that.
Well,
This is
what is
crazy.
it?
Ask
I
Jeff
don't
Bezos if
I don't
he
think it's
really cares
particularly
about
crazy.
pollution. This is really crazy, Tord.
Well,
Yeah, this is really crazy. You ask
okay, hold on,
in
but
like Arabic people, they're
how do you
getting oil
explain
exploitation.
how do you explain then all those products marketed towards people who, for example, like go eco? This was produced without something something. All of those ideas.
Yeah.
Like, surely that's a product of caring about the environment. You might think it's not the correct method to go about it, but
This is the correct one, but this is not the one everyone would choose. It's as simple as that. And I'm just saying that the more rich you are more inclined to care about ecology is really wrong. You just have to ask people that getting richer because like they go against ecology, and those are the ones to have the power or today. And it's kind of simple because if they didn't have, things would have changed very quickly. You know, it did not.
what would they have to do?
I will not search that until I really don't care. Uh,
Are you aware of like what Maslow's hierarchy of needs is?
no, but this will be something that human invented because, oh yeah, the more you rich you get, the more advanced you get, the more like clever and thing you get. But I don't believe in this, and we've been through. If this was real, you and me were Greek. We will be Greek today. You know, they were advanced. Still,
Well,
it's
for
not
their
doing
time.
anything. Yeah, we advanced for our time, but maybe in 1,000
I
years
mean,
this would be nothing.
I'd imagine
You know.
at the end of the day, if you like, what's the scenario? Like, either you would pollute so much that humanity would literally all die, but I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I don't think we are going, like, we would have to, I don't know, nuke the entire earth for that to happen. So otherwise, if you damage the environment, what is going to happen is going to people are going to start dying off, right? So that's going to reduce the number of people, which is going to reorganize the
Yeah,
economy.
mass
Uh,
extent.
is going to have to reorganize the economy if you
The
because
economy
if you
of what?
produce a lot, right, if you produce a lot, pollute a lot, you produce that because people are buying it. But if half a population dies off because you've destroyed the environment, well, then you no longer have the incentive to produce as much. So you are going to
Yeah,
naturally lower the.
that's by going through a mass extent. That's the end of it. It's basically the end of it
How's that the end of it?
because you will take back kind of everything that we know today if you go through something like
Well,
this.
well, yeah, probably.
So what else do you call the end of it? If not that?
Well, the end of it, I'd imagine, is there's no more humans. That would be the end of it, I think.
No, no. There's a difference between global civilization those kind of communication that we have, those kind of like intrication. Today, if the American economics is bad, there's gonna be some repercussion all over the world.
Yes, that is certainly true.
But it is not because there is one human living that this is true. If you cut out by half the population living today, there's gonna be like a mass crisis, and this will change. Maybe not, but you don't know. you see the repercussion you could have. This is just different.
Well, you could have massive repercussions.
And I don't believe in the goodness of humanity. Sorry for you, but I don't believe in it.
I think we can agree on that. It's very Christian, actually. If you think about it.
I don't know.
Because the Christian kind of view on humanity is like humanity is fallen, right? That's the original sin idea. Is everybody is kind of bad, and you have to work really hard.
I've been educated as Christian, but I never been told that way, because that's just weird to think when you think about like where the Christianism came from and stuff. This is weird to say it like that, because the place that it had in society, you can't really tell that, you know, humanity is fallen and stuff.
Why not?
This is a weird way to say from the powerful place that people are dumb. You know, this weird way. I think
it's not like the people. It's literally everyone. It's about human nature. So like the human...
but think of it. At the time, Christian were like some people that have the power ranking above the other one. So if you think about like this kind of situation, and people say like the humanity is fallen, is like a judgment from above, and above is not God. Above is someone that have the power. So.
I don't think I'm getting exactly what you are getting at, because I'm talking about like the philosophical maybe idea underpinning Christianity. I'm not talking necessarily about the particular implementation of that at a given point in time.
Yeah.
Because you surely you will have people who like do it badly, who don't actually realize, put into practice the ideals. And it's also like the idea that man is fallen is certainly not only a Christian idea. Like certainly there's more than one philosophy, but the main difference it has, the main thing that differentiates it from other ideas, is there's ideas who say that man is not fallen, that people are born good and then they get like corrupted by society into becoming evil, right? And if you just took a child and removed all society from the child, you would not have evil, which I think is wrong. I don't think that's how that's gonna happen.
Well, this was funny talking with Anto that says that the more rich you get, the more inclined you be to care about the ecology. That's really a funny sentence.
Well,
I don't know what he do for a living, but this is really a funny sentence.
Me neither. But
there's like so many examples of rich people who just don't care.
Yeah, but there are also examples of people who do care, right?
Yeah, a few, yeah. But they would have care if they didn't have money. That's the funny part.
I am not entirely convinced, because I see both sides, kind of. I see, because there's certainly a push is certainly happening towards being more eco-friendly, you know, in many ways, more than one. You can see it in the products that are being marketed. You can see it in a way.
Yeah, but still, if you think of it, producing a T-shirt, what amount of CO2 is it? Producing like toothpaste, shampoo, and stuff. Producing like current life products.
Yeah.
How much CO2 is this producing? This is really nothing. If you compare to it, there was a funny studies that were made.
Like, yeah, certainly I certainly agree that the regular person is not polluting.
No, I'm not talking about the regular person and like the difference between factory and stuff. This is just there was a study about how much just the fact that having a child impacts on the ecology, right? How much having a child costs on CO2 talking, you know? This is weird to say because it is different for everyone. But if you just have a child, what's the average amount of CO2 is going to produce? Just by being there, existing, having like demands and stuff. Well, this is crazy, the amount of how much CO2 just having a child produce.
Yeah, but
not producing stuff, not producing food.
I don't agree with the idea that we should reduce humanity to produce less CO2.
Yeah, but this is kind of like real matter, because if you don't, you're gonna need to change places to leave it. There's not many options.
Well, so what's the difference in that case? What's the difference between we just keep going as is and then society gets significantly reduced by natural factors and maybe we can prevent that, and the other scenario of which we go on our own to just prevent, for example, births to reduce the potential effects before they even happen?
Oh, all three are kind of weird because surely it will be another one to happen. But if we succeed to change the way it is going against, like basically against the Earth, there is a world which it just gets better over the time and problems getting solved and stuff. But this is hard to say because there's even today many damage that are already irreversible. You cannot go back.
I mean,
and
I certainly agree that you cannot go back. It's not
no,
really how we've gone at any point ever, really.
Some habitat, some iceberg, there's like this, the level of the sea is a real problem. This is another subject, but still. And those things are like already happened. You can't change them.
Well,
even now, And
yeah,
if you accumulate those kind of things, this is too bad. If you succeed to change it now and then change the way we live, which I don't think it's possible. Yeah, surely there's a way to stop this. But if you don't, and this is keep getting bad, worse and worse, there's a point where it just will be too much critical, and I don't know what would happen, but
yeah, because that's my concern is that because I don't see myself as being
not yourself
enough to predict.
Not yourself. Maybe in 10 generation, but no, surely not yourself.
I don't think we as humanity are actually good enough to accurately predict long term what the impact of our actions is going to be. I don't think we actually have that capacity that's reliable enough to make global scale decisions. But my thinking on it is, okay, we have a certain thought, a certain idea of what's going to happen, and then we have what decisions we are going to make and what the result of said decisions are going to be.
But
right?
if you said to me that the evolution of technology in the 70s were made, I don't know, from the Greek people, and like the amount of advance that we made from the technology from the 70s to today is more than 200 years, 2000 years, I would say. All right, we have time because the technology that we have and we produce are like increased slowly. But if you look at the difference between, I don't know, the first time we sent,
yeah, I get it.
If you look between the time that we sent the first person to the moon and what the technology were and what we are capable today, the technology and the what as humanity we produce to technology and stuff is changed really fast. Like you can't even tell how fast, because it's in what the 70s.
It's getting faster, and we don't know how fast it's going to be. Certainly.
Yep, that's not.
That makes sense to me.
I don't know. I'm not. don't think of it because I really don't care. I'm sure this will not happen to me. But
well, it makes sense to think about it for the future, right? Because if you have children, for example, like maybe their children or maybe them.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I just like my calculation, like just fuck it. I don't want to have a child in this world. Maybe by the time I get old enough, this will be better. I was like, oh yeah, cool. So I'm really thinking improving. I want to have like
well, that's one
educate a child this well, but today it is not.
Well, that's one factor that's going to just reduce the population naturally.
I don't think so because I don't think people think about that.
I think people do.
No,
honestly, especially if somebody's
yeah,
actually
maybe
making
around 1% of the entire population have done this calculation, but the rest didn't. You just live this life, and when you have child, you have child.
Yeah, but I think those people who don't make that calculation don't really have children.
They do.
In Africa, sure. In India, because those are the countries
with
a
Europe
booming
too.
population.
In Europe too, Toward.
In Europe, really not. That's the replacement birth rate, right? We have a birth rate below replacement rates, so people are having like one child.
Yeah, because that's not the same problem, but we do have like the population that is having children is not the most educated rich. You have what?
Well, that's
2 or 3 type rich, and you could have like what
people,
10 or 20 children per family in some poor family because there's many government in Europe that like preparing family for having children. Yep. So that's not the most educated that people have children. And if you say to someone that is not really intelligent that he's going to get money because they have child, he's going to have a lot of child without thinking, just have child for money. So this is not a good example. I think really less than 1% have thought about what the life of his children will be as a really proper way to decide whether or not he's going to have one. And the majority of people that have child never thought of it. Just really never thought of it.
Possible.
So, no, it's not a good example. I think really have a good point of view of humanity, and I maybe don't, but I think I'm more realistic. I really think I'm more realistic.
Well, then, worst case scenario is what? Like nothing
worst
changes.
Case scenario, nothing changes. I don't know how much generation is gonna be more, but surely at some point it's gonna break and a lot of people are gonna die from I don't know whatever. I don't think mass. I don't think a mass war nuclear stuff is gonna happen because like we are crazy, but not
could
that much
start
crazy.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is possible, but if you think of it, which one will start? Because if you start, you dead too, you fucked up too, and you fucked up the humanity. So which people are going to start?
Well, not necessarily.
If it's not like, I mean, yeah, still kind of.
If there's one thing that's good for the economy, it is war.
Yeah, it depends, because it will not like think of it as if really a nuclear thing happened.
Well, no, I don't think a nuclear.
No, but like
strike,
if
a nuclear strike goes off, it's probably game over. So we don't even really have to think about that.
A really massive amount of people that will be dead.
Yep.
Like if you think of this, the economy will restart still. I agree with that because war after a war there's a lot of money that can be made and stuff, but the amount of people that would generate the money will be really less than the thing we have now because it is getting bigger, and the more people is living, the more the rich people are getting richer, and this is kind of a real circle because not only the richest people are getting richer, there's a lot of people getting richer because there's many more people living in the earth. The amount of people generate more money. So if you, I don't know, maybe not cut in half the population, but if we lost 1 billion today, this will really change the way the big amount of money is created. Because there will not be many. If 1 billion people lost their job today, the amount of money that's going to be produced is like really really changed.
Well, yeah, not
And
only
this
money,
this
right?
is
Because
this
that's all
yeah
kinds of
yeah all
supplies.
kind of different stuff. The
Hmm.
money too. So if we go on a war and not everyone die, but just kind of a big percentage of the people, yes, there's going to be money, but not like as much as before for kind of a long time. Maybe short. We don't know, but
That depends
for
on how
some
many
time.
people die in the war.
Yeah. Also,
Surely.
but
That's a no. I think that's a very important metric because if you have
yeah, but
just a certain
that's if you
percentage
think
of people
about
die,
people that's getting into war. Because today, if you look, no one in Europe is going to be into war. They have too much in common about economics and stuff. And if you look to the Chinese and USA kind of conflict, it's not really like a military conflict, but it's still a conflict. There is not a real reason why they will start a war between those two, because they really have the control over most thing in us, like our society. So they will not do that. There's known that there's zero profit for neither of them to actually have a war and lost a lot of people, lost a lot of money. Maybe from a little country, but this will not affect the entire world. There is a lot of war today. There is 2 or 3 in Africa. There is one in Syria. There's one in so there is already some wars, but I'm think that could change is a world war. This surely will not happen anymore with the amount of like contract that government have with each other stuff.
I I am not going to be quite so certain as they couldn't, because I think if they would calculate, because you're right that they have a lot of communications with one another. But what if they decide like, oh yeah, there would be a conflict that would be beneficial to basically all of us.
I mean, Ukraine is a good example.
I mean, yeah.
Ukraine is a good example. How much people died from other countries in Ukraine, and no one say nothing
I mean,
because
it's great
they
for
know
like the
they
big powers, right? Because you fight on land that is not yours.
yeah, but it's not real victories, and this is not the point. This is not. They just prove that a big power as Russia can do something to a little country, and if it's not related to Europe to anything like
Yeah, but there's
bigger, there's no.
surely there's other things going on in the background, like on the base of that.
Yeah, sure, but this is simple. If they were attacking a member of the Europe, there will be some shit. But they did attack because it was not in Europe. So
Yeah,
you know.
we are thinking they wouldn't attack a member of NATO, but do we know that?
Why would they do? They will lose the entire country because if they attack Europe, there's gonna the entire military force of Europe and United States gonna invade Russia, and they will not they will not survive to that. They cannot survive to that
Well,
because the
depends
Chinese
on are they crazy
they will
enough to
never help
just
them.
are they crazy enough to just go out with everyone else?
No, that's the point. So they will not. They will never attack a country that's into those massive alliance. Because if they do, they're dead, and they know that. They know that. You know,
Yeah, but all it takes is like one crazy person in charge, right?
yeah, one crazy person has put in because there is a lot of
Don't
people
think he's that
that
crazy because he
I think
hasn't attacked
it could. I
Europe.
think it could be. I think it could be because there's a lot of people thinking there is in like he have either cancer or like a big disease and he's surely gonna die. And people
Doubt.
fear that he's crazy enough to actually do something crazy before he's dead. So like me
I
and then chaos.
I don't.
People fear that. I don't have opinion on that one, but
Yeah,
people
me
fear
neither.
that.
I am not. I just by default disbelieve, but disbelieve pretty much any news I hear from that. I just don't.
No, I got
think I
interest,
can
but I
trust
don't
any of them.
believe him. We don't know. There's no proof that is really sick and that's dangerous. It's just person making hypothesis because you look sick. That's real, but doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, classic art of war, right? Appear weak when you're strong.
Yeah, it didn't look neither strong or weak because basically when he attacked Ukraine, he used the dump and the rest from World War II. He never used his actual power, his actual military
I mean,
power.
it's a great excuse for everyone to basically get rid of old weapons. Just throw it in there and nobody cares.
Yeah, it's true, but
You can spend money on new
that's
ones.
this is a deep subject because this is surely a reason of why he didn't act with like
Surely.
every piece of power that he had. If you really wanted to
There's surely so
to
much like stuff we do not know
yeah, I
going
don't know
on
wanna
behind the scenes. I am not qualified to talk about any of that because I was not following it at all.
I didn't follow it. I just like I remember being not shocked, but like, what the fuck is this? When I saw he really used like old tank and like the majority of them didn't succeed to go through the country. Just they didn't fight. They just broke down before fighting, and that's kind of dumb because why would you go to war? You should don't fight because the thing you coming with is like too much crap. That's weird. Yeah.
It
I
is
don't know
weird,
why.
but
I don't really want to
it's
know why, but that's really weird.
yeah. You know what? What do you think of these buildings, by the way?
I think
So,
they're cool. Maybe the last house is
which last house?
weirdly scaled. No,
This one?
the no left one. The Chinese one is good
This one?
because the left one, just close to the tower with the dragon.
Uh, this one.
Yeah. This one is really good, but it's fitting the theme of weird shaped buildings. We don't really care that it's not really looking of a
This was
living
kind of.
building. But
I was thinking like this one is kind of Nordic question mark
yeah.
parentheses.
So yeah, this is really good, really good. I'm not sure about the other small above. Maybe there could have been
These
like
ones,
some. You
like,
remember the thing I sent you from
they're just
Ready
kind of
Player One?
filling space because I was mostly thinking, okay, so you would have the more bigger and more established buildings towards the bottom, and then towards the top you would have the newest things being added on top, right, of the entire thing. And that's why I kind of have like those small houses on small platforms. Also, I think I'm losing my voice.
Maybe you remember that the thing I sent you from the film.
I remember what.
Little like caravan vehicles on top of each other from. Yeah. This could be something like that.
Let's see. Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going for, except I wasn't really detailing it at all.
Yeah, but this could be a good vibe from like the background without much details to just understand the vibe.
Yep, just a bunch of like little houses in the background. Because I think this is about as high as I would like it to go, because I don't want to have it be. I don't want to
We
have
need
it
some
go
sky
off the top of
space
the
too.
screen.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I agree.
yeah.
We need some sky space. Cause you didn't have the balloon yet.
Yeah, this is gonna be like somewhere in here, surely.
I get like between the dragon and the two towers could be good.
Like
And
there,
so you could have like
this little
yeah
space.
above where your mouth is. Yeah, above that point.
Oh, here.
Yeah. So you could have like a small amount of sky space without nothing much on the above the buildings. Yeah,
Yeah, it could be because it's also nice in the center, and then you could you could fill this space to be more interesting. You could have it be clouds,
yeah,
something like that.
I think we need to rework on the factory of the, the left. This
I
is
mean,
looking
yeah,
crazy.
I think that's gonna be for the next one. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like stopping here, basically.
I'm impatient to when we're gonna start to colorize everything, because goddamn, I have so much idea.
Dude, there's still a bunch to be done in the sketch phase.
Oh,
Sadly, like
there's many much. The
this needs a bit more
statue, the dragon
definition, and the
haven't
left
worked,
side is
whatever more.
like I actually think this area with the houses is almost done. Like maybe there's
Yeah.
two more somewhere in here, and that's pretty much as far as I think I need to go
Yeah,
with the
but the
sketch.
two more could be just filling space with just like vague shapes to whatever could be like a living building, you know. You don't really need too much of details. There's a bunch of already buildings that look good. You could just have some bricks. Yeah.
Alright, I've made a Windows sound because I've clicked outside of the thing. I'm exporting the time lapse, so we are gonna view that in a moment. And then I am going to head off.
Yeah, so just to say, I'm not that much pessimist, but I get over it.
Really?
I mean,
After
when
all
I
that,
talk
you say
about
you are
it, I
not a
sound
pessimist.
like I agree, but this is just I'm not trusting any people around me to make it better in any kind of way today or tomorrow. So maybe it will surprise me and actually do it, but I don't see why. Why will be the excuse? What will be the reason? And I don't get that.
I mean,
So
okay,
I suppose not. But I
I am
mean,
not listen,
I
I'm
kind
not
of
particularly optimistic. Let's say that. I don't trust a lot of what is happening either, but I am not necessarily that pessimistic about the future.
no. I mean, this is just the thing. I like. I don't want to think too much of it. And the times I did, it just comes to the conclusion that if we don't do anything, at some point, I don't know how much year. Maybe it could be like 10,000. I don't know. But like at some point, there will be like a crashing point, a dead end, where just you need to change everything. Maybe not. I don't know. And just like I'll go through the year. Maybe when we have 50 years, yeah, 50 years old, it's just completely changed and it's getting better. But I don't think so. You know. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna see much changes. I think we're gonna be into the stage where just small thing happen, get slightly better, but not really improving. And maybe you could get worse after it. Maybe you could get better after it. But I don't think we will see like the like, oh yeah, from now it will get better, or like from now it will just get worse. We will not have this clear in mind. Pretty confident about that. Because even if it just really happen fast and stuff, this is not fast enough to actually get every solution and every or just get into every problem.
Yeah, I think that's where we differ because I'm not quite that pessimistic about it.
I mean, yeah, it's just I'm just pessimistic about the fact that at some point, if we keep it like this cannot continue. To every
I mean,
even if
I agree
even
with
if
that,
even even if
but I
yeah,
think things
the
are
more
going to change.
yeah, I hope
That's the
so.
thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you advance in your society, you get richer, so you care more and stuff, but not enough to reverse it. You know what I mean? If we start to care in 100 years, this is kind of too late. Yeah, cool, you care, but it's too late.
Well, we'll
So
see. I, I mean, in 100 years, I suppose we won't see, but
yeah, I hope we won't
like
see.
for
I don't
now,
want to live too
I
much.
don't, I don't even really. I try to not worry too much because it's out of my control. Certainly, all I can do is
Yeah.
focus on what I am doing and what I'm building and the people I am
Yeah, no, I'll
influencing. So,
agree. I'll agree. I don't spend much time, but I don't really sleep well, so sometimes I have
well,
time to think at night. So
okay, let's view the time lapse, shall we?
yeah,
Use
with it,
the
yeah.
use the
Yep.
switch in OBS, and then I switch in Discord as well. Change windows.
But the fact that an American say that to me was pretty funny.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe you know what? Maybe I'll just have you two talk it out, and I am going just to be drawing in the background. So we're gonna
No, I don't
want.
I don't want to talk it out with this kind of people that's just throwing off some science stuff that he just saw one day, like, explain, can argue with, and just say, but look at us, American, greatest nation in the entire world. We are looking at the ecology, so not as China and India could be. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, there's certainly a difference.
Yeah, there's surely a difference, but you don't know it because you've never been to China. China is a really secret place, So, what do you know? Yeah, weird.
Okay, let's watch a time lapse, shall we? So that's the result, and then you go. Wait.
This is the last one.
I think it's appended. No. I think I've accidentally appended the frames from the previous time lapse into the new time lapse. So now I have a double time lapse essentially.
That's fine. So because at the end you're gonna merge everything at once. So
that's what I plan to do, but it's just a bit unfortunate. I still have the frame, so I'm just gonna redo it after the stream. For now, let's just get through. Yeah, this is.
There was some arches at some point under this Indian. Yeah, that's the newest one. That's the last one.
Yeah, that's this is the current time lapse. You got the big.
I didn't help much today, but good job.
You were talking, and I was half focused on the talking, so I probably have not done very well in terms of like actually responding to points. I am not good at multitasking.
I was kind of talking alone. I don't need anyone to convince me. I don't care, so it's fine.
I'm very happy with that particular building. I think it.
I think the 2 columns that's going down. This is not that much good. You can have just the shapes going down, like the round shapes going down. So just more mystical, You don't know what's happening behind. So we get up high in the sky. It's just like those 2 pillars suggested they go all the way to the ground, and it's just this last floor. So.
Where's OBS? There's OBS. Okay. All right.
There like some few details that you could change, but like the basic idea, I think we're close to an end of like what should go where. We're close to the end, I suppose.
All right.
But we need more details on the left part, I think, because this is just too much contrast of a few lines and 1,000 lines, Like maybe not the bottom left, but the upper left, I think. Just need a little bit of work. You could add some details on those towers. They can have.
Well, like there's I was just adding details on the right here, but there's nothing stopping us from just adding details to the other places.
Yeah, but I'm kind of struggling to see what could go into those towers that no really change. How to tell? Because those are just like
it's very easy. This is just the basic shape, so you could at the very least like add balconies. You can have different levels. You could have windows. You can have things sticking out of them. Like
I thought of windows as the entire. No, maybe not windows, but reflective materials.
You could have tubes going in and out. You could have a part of the tower be deconstructed and then have a bridge to another place.
I mean, there's just so much you can work with it, but this is hard to do in a steampunky way. Maybe we didn't use tubes enough, so we can work on this part.
I mean, we could add more tubes always, of course.
We didn't add too much of transportation way. I know it's kind of hard and just a simple picture, but you could add. Oh, you know what? Look at the arches, bottom right.
Bottom right.
A little upper. Yeah, those arches. You could have like a train going by, but like not. How can I explain that? Close to like the ceiling.
And so it would be like the monorail from Half-Life.
A train attached to the ceiling going in front. Like the rails will be in the ceiling, not in the bottom. like going around from the top, like my brain's off.
Yeah, it's probably time to end it here.
Like, do you see what I mean? Having some rice upside down, like you see a looping from a roller coaster. Like the thing is gonna at some point is attached.
Yeah, I get it.
Thing like that.
The thing is, there's just so much to talk about. What could be added that we could go on forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, let's end this one. So to anyone who's watching the VOD or watching right now, thank you very much for watching. The time lapse is going to be in the description in a short moment. And have a nice evening / afternoon / morning, wherever the hell you are watching. Goodbye.